In this video, we will explore the issues, solutions, and codes generated when there are failures in the temperature sensors of TRANE air conditioning equipment. Let's start by understanding the meaning of the letters present in the error codes of the TRANE brand at the time of a failure. 1. Error codes denoted with a letter E generally appear when the information provided by the temperature sensor is incorrect. 2. Fault codes identified with a letter F are usually generated when the temperature sensor is short-circuited or open-circuited. 3. Fault codes starting with the letter P are activated when the control strategy and information from multiple sensors indicate that the equipment needs protection due to an imminent risk. Now let's look at the steps for diagnosing temperature sensors in TRANE air conditioning equipment. A. Disconnect the equipment from the power for several minutes. Then, turn on the equipment and check if the fault code persists. B. Visually inspect the position of the temperature sensor. C. Visually check the connection of the sensor and its connection to both the external and internal electronic modules. D. Use a multimeter to check the electrical resistance of the sensor. Disconnect the sensor and, with the multimeter set to the kiloohm scale, measure its resistance. E. If you have the resistance and temperature table for the sensor, compare the measured value with the values in the table. If you don't have it, measure the resistance. While rubbing the sensor with your hand, the resistance should decrease. F. The resistance value should never be 0 or infinite. G. With the sensor connected and the electronic board powered on, measure the voltage supplied by the board with the multimeter set to the DC voltage scale. This value should be close to 2.5 volts. Now, let's look at the fault codes related to temperature sensor issues generated in TRANE equipment. 1. When there are issues with the temperature sensor located in the indoor unit, which measures the temperature of the room air drawn in by the indoor unit fan, codes E1, F1, and P6 can be generated. 2. When there are issues with the temperature sensor located in the indoor unit, which measures the temperature of the evaporator, codes E2, F2, and P5 can be generated. 3. When there are issues with the temperature sensor located in the outdoor unit, which measures the temperature of the outdoor unit's heat exchanger, codes E3, F4, and P8 can be generated. 4. When there are issues with the temperature sensor located in the outdoor unit, which measures the temperature of the outdoor air passing through the unit's heat exchanger, codes E7, F3, and P8 can be generated. 5. When there are issues with the temperature sensor located in the outdoor unit, which measures the temperature of the refrigerant gas leaving the compressor, codes E8 and F5 can be generated. Finally, as a final recommendation, whenever there is any type of failure related to the temperature sensors of the TRANE air conditioning unit, it is good practice to clean the heat exchangers of both the external and internal units. Check the cleanliness of the air filter of the internal unit and verify that the fans are operating at the correct speed.